Alrighty, Gavin. Let's talk about some games. Did you play any games this weekend?
Boy, did I.
Did you? Nice.
I play. You're going to be very happy
Yes.
with me. What I finished this weekend, which was Super Mario Odyssey.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What an ending.
Yeah?
That was a lot of fun.
Did you? Okay, so you did the main, like, story mode. There was those challenge things at the end. Have you dabbled into that?
Nope, fuck that.
Yes, very much fuck that. They
Well, mainly
suck.
because you said, like, you hated yourself while doing it.
Yeah. The only thing
yeah.
keeping me going was my mad rage for every other little kid who I imagine beating those levels. Yeah, I cannot let these little kids just beat me like that. So, they suck, and it's just over and over and over again. But
yeah.
anyways, but yeah, you finished it. You liked it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And because of your saying how painful you felt getting 100% was, I only got stuff that I thought was fun.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I just enjoyed myself and solved what I could, and it was great. I really, not only was the final stage just altogether fantastic, but that bird boss in the cooking stage where you're like climbing up his vomit, like that was super fun and weird.
Yeah, I think there's liquid globs of vomit, so you have to jump from glob to glob to get to them.
Yeah,
right?
that was one of them.
Yeah,
oh, it was good. It was good. But yeah, great
That's
game.
Yep. How do you feel about completing it? I've never been much of a completionist. For some reason with Mario, I felt like I was just in the mood to, like, I gotta see this through. Like, I don't want to, be beat by this thing, but I don't know. I'm sure there's other moons and stuff that I never collected. I did collect the full amount. Well, I collected the full amount, but there's even other moons you can get or that you can buy. It's like the technical amount of moons you can get is past the ticker. It goes to what, like 900. It's been so long that I beat it, but it's like 999 maybe. But there's technically more moons you can get just from buying them. But there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. But you can also max it out because eventually the ticker stops and it stops counting, and that's what I went to when it stops counting.
What?
But
what? Why would it not just keep going?
Just because I don't know. Because you could really, if you remember at the store, you can buy moons, like every 10, whatever, you can buy a moon.
Yeah.
So you can just keep buying them, even after you reach that limit that the ticker will count. So really, you can just keep getting moons. But
I don't understand.
Yeah. I think I looked it up, and it was weird because I looked it up halfway through. I'm like, okay, how many moons I need to beat this game? And as I went into different articles, it's like, well, it's not just this amount. It's like, technically, you can do this, you can do that. There's like this window of moons that you can actually get to beat the game.
Well, the amount of moons you need to just beat the game to beat Bowser isn't that big.
No, and that's just the extra stuff. But even after you beat that, you can just technically keep buying moons and keep doing that. But I guess it doesn't matter at that point because you've gotten all the moons you can actually earn. It's just buying moons. Yeah. If that makes sense to you.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
That being said, so I would be very curious on your opinion.
Yeah.
So we sort of had opposite reactions between. So you fell in love with Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And didn't like Breath of the Wild at first, but then eventually grew to like it.
Yeah.
And I had sort of the opposite where I didn't really like Mario Odyssey at first.
Okay.
And eventually grew to like it, whereas Breath of the Wild I was instantly in love with.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So now that you've beaten...
We Benjamin Buttoned it where we came from opposite ends and met in the middle. So.
Yeah, it was... and fell in love. It was strange. No. With now that you've beaten both of them, which one do you think you like more?
Ooh, I never even thought to compare them. It's strange. With Odyssey... What was cool, and I kept like telling my friends and family too, it's like it's such a love letter to all the Mario games. Yeah. All the different little nods and Easter eggs, and it just reminded me of playing them for the first time where I was just even more happy, unlocking every level and seeing all the little Easter eggs and stuff. But so I think just for nostalgic feeling alone, I loved that take on it, that just kind of trip back into the Mario world. Although with Zelda, that feeling of triumph, getting my ass kicked and then eventually, learning how to fight and beating these bosses, that feeling was something special too. Mm-hmm. And to eventually at the end game where I could look back and like, oh, I can take on anyone in this world, when before somebody would fart on me and then I would die, like it sucked. But so I don't know. they're comparable feelings really, but I think they're both top Switch games for me, just favorite games of all time for me, especially with Zelda. Like the way they changed not change the game, just added new mechanics to something like with the
they
physics.
Changed it. Like the fundamental formula of Zelda has not been like that for a very, very, very long time. Like
but choosing where you want to go and adding these layers of stuff on top of each other with the game mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Did you? How do you compare them?
I think I would probably do Zelda over Mario, but I think I don't know. I just like. I mean, it was very nice that both of them. You're really just after a point, you're just sort of doing your own thing. And you get rewarded for doing your own thing, and because you get rewarded, you're like,
With
well,
Zelda?
maybe I'll just like both of them. Really,
Okay.
you essentially just see how far you can push it,
Gotcha.
and I found that to be just the absolute funnest part, and I think that was great with both of them. But I probably did like Zelda more. But gotta say, those like Nintendo clearly understands how to make a collectathon again,
Yeah.
because that has not been popular for a long time. But
No.
they've got 2 knocked out the park, so I think we can expect that with. I mean, you get that a little bit with Smash Brothers with the Spirit World, and I didn't find that fun.
That's what I've heard. I just dipped my toes into Smash, and how you can kind of grind and unlock stuff. And
Yeah,
although it seems more of a daunting task, hearing people talk about Smash, unlocking stuff and all that.
yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, from what I played, I tapped out,
Gotcha.
but now I don't know whether to include that in my. I wanted to be the Switch to be the console where I've beaten 100% of the games I own on it.
Ooh.
And
Good luck.
I don't know whether to include Smash single player. I don't want to because I don't have fun playing it.
Yeah, at a certain point, there's got to be, you tap out where it's just like, I'm not into it anymore.
Yeah.
And
but
is it worth, continuing? But
yeah. But I got to do a better job because I had that rate almost 100% with my 3DS. I'd beaten every single game I had on. I made it a point. And then I accidentally bought Bravely Default. Well, accidentally. And then...
I roughly remember Bravely Default. But
yeah, about 20 hours into it, I'm like, oh, wait, I hate this.
yeah, that's